Hey you guys, my name is Brittany Bryden and today I'm going to give you a nice morning prenatal flow. It will be mostly a standing series and we'll be focusing around the hips and the shoulders. Cool? So we're going to start off facing the front of our mat. And you're going to separate your feet wider than hip distance apart. Bend your knees and just take your hands to your knees. You're going to lower the hips down and we're going to move through a couple cat-cows here. So you're going to lift the chest to the gate of the shoulders, send the tailbone back. And then you're going to round and push away from your thighs. And then take the chest to the gate of the shoulders, tailbone up. And then you're going to round through the spine and push away from your thighs. So you're going to do a couple more like that. One more round. And then come to center. So you're just going to leave your right hand where it is and just take that left arm up towards the ceiling. You're just going to rotate the chest towards the left. So reach that left arm up, keep the knees bent, and then take that left hand back to the thigh. Reach that right arm up towards the ceiling. Lean back, lift the chest up towards the ceiling. And set that right hand down. We'll do that again. Reach that left arm up, rotate the chest to the left, reach that left arm back. And set the hand back down. Now take that right arm up. Rotate the chest to the right. Reach your right arm back. And then set both hands down. So you're going to straighten the legs. Leave the feet where they are. And just reach both arms up towards the ceiling. So your right hand is going to reach for the left wrist or forearm. Pull that left arm up. You're going to lean over to the right. And just take your hips over to the left. And then come back to center. Left hand to your right wrist. Reach your right arm up. Lean over to the left. Take the hips to the right. And then come back to center, bring your arms down. So bring your feet together and then bend your knees and take a big step back with your right leg. So you're in a nice high lunge. You're going to be on the ball of that back foot. Bend that right knee as much as you need and then reach your arms up towards the ceiling. So make sure you're not taking the arms way behind you. Just reach those arms up. And then from here, you're going to lower that right knee down. It might be to a hover, might be all the way to the floor depending on how much room you got there. And you're going to come back up into that lunge. So again, bend that knee, lower the knee down, and then come back up. One more time, bend the knee, lower. Come back up. Now, keep that bend of the front leg. You're going to drop your back heel down to the center of the mat. So you're going to come into a warrior one. So both arms are going to reach up towards the ceiling, and then bend the elbows and reach for either elbow. So I want you to feel like you're pulling the forearms up, ground down to the outer edge of that back foot, send the tailbone down, and just keep lifting the forearms up. And put a little bit more in that bend in the front leg. Press that right foot down. And then walk that right foot back. You're going to come into a warrior two. Just take the arms out to the side. So your right arm's just going to gently rest on that right leg. Reach that left arm up and over. Actively press that left knee open as you bend into it. Then coming back to center. So you're going to take that left forearm to the left thigh and just reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. You're going to do some big circles with that right arm in all different directions. And then take that right arm to reach towards the front of the mat. So your bicep's going to hover above the ear and just spin your pinky finger down. So from here, I want you to feel like you're pulling the heels in towards one another. And then come back into your warrior two. So you're going to turn to face the right side. So your heels are going to come in, turn your feet out, bend the knees, lower the hips down, and just take your hands or maybe your elbows to the inside of the thighs and just rock side to side. And then you're going to come up to stand. Bring your feet parallel to the short ends of the mat. Hinge from your hips and just fold forwards and come into a wide-legged forward fold. So you might have to take your feet wider. You might have to bend the knees here. Just let your head drop. Maybe it feels nice to add a sway. Now as you walk your hands towards the front of the mat, turn onto the ball of that right foot. So your hands are going to come to the inside of that left foot. Push off your back foot and just step forwards to the top of the mat so feet are nice and wide. Bend the knees and then slowly roll yourself up to stand. All right, so bring your feet together. Now take a big long step back with that left foot. You're high in the ball of that left foot. You're in a lunge. Both arms reach up. So you're going to bend that back knee and then lower down. So it might just be an inch. Some of you might come down and hover that knee and then come back up. A few more like that. Lower down, come back up, and then one more time. Lower down, and then come back up. So you're going to turn this into a warrior one. So you're going to drop that back heel to the center of the mat. So your hips are just going to naturally fall open towards the front left corner of the mat. Now bend your elbows, reach for either elbow. Then feel like you're pulling the forearms up, send the tailbone down, and then bend in that front leg. Take a few breaths here. Pressing down to the outer edge of that left foot. And then you're going to turn this into warrior two. So walk that left foot back, take the arms out to the side, and then reverse it, reach that right arm up and over, breathe through the side. And then coming back into warrior two. Take your right forearm to the right thigh, extended side angle, left arm up to the ceiling, and then start to do those big circles with that left arm. So now reach that left arm towards the front of the mat, spin that pinky finger down, and then press down to the outer edge of that left foot, but feel like you're pulling your heels together. And then come into warrior two. So you're going to straighten the leg, you're going to turn to face the left side, bring your heels into center, feet turn out, bend the knees, lower the hips down, take your hands or elbows to the inside of the thighs, and just rock side to side. All right, so now as you straighten the legs, bring those feet parallel, bend the knees as much as you need, fold forwards, taking your hands to the floor, finding a nice wide-legged forward fold. You can also grab hold of the ankles or the outsides of the feet. And then bend the knees. Walk your hands towards the front of the mat. Turn on the ball of that left foot. So now walk your right foot out nice and wide. You're going to push off that back foot and step your left foot to the outside of the left hand. So you're going to turn your feet out, bend the knees, lower the hips down, and come into your malasana squat. Bring your hands together in prayer. So you can take those elbows to the inside of the thighs, press the knees open, but activate through your glutes. So the glutes are there to help press the knees open. There we go. We'll take a few breaths here. Now, you're going to use the glutes and you're going to power all the way up to stand. There we go. And then shake out the legs. Bring the feet hip distance apart. Both arms reach up towards the ceiling. Bend the knees. You're going to fold forward. So just take your hands just above the knees or onto the shins. Lift up halfway, lengthen the spine. And then set the hands down. Take as many steps as you need to step back into a downward dog. So the feet can stay nice and wide, but you're going to pedal at the legs, so bending one knee, straighten the other, shifting, changing sides. And then you're going to come down onto your knees. Swing your legs to either side and just make your way into a comfortable seated position. So if you have a pillow or anything like that, you can sit on a pillow to elevate the pelvis slightly. Then you're just going to take the right hand down on the ground, reach that left arm up towards the ceiling, and just lean over to the right, taking that left arm up and over. And then bring yourself back. So leaving that right hand where it is, take your left hand just to the outside of that right thigh. Just sit up tall, and then just a small twist to the right. And coming back to center, so left hand down, reach that right arm up, lean over to the left. And then as you bring yourself up, take that right hand to the outside of that left thigh, and then just take a twist over to the left. And then come back to center. Take your hands on your thighs, close down the eyes. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears. And then take the shoulders back and down. Relax with the jaw. And just bring your awareness to your breath. Feel the pelvis heavy into the floor or whatever you might be supported by. Relax around the face, the jaw, the neck, the ears, the shoulders. Take as long as you need here to find some grounding. To center your energy before you leave your mat and you go back into whatever kind of day you're having. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Always be humble and be kind. Thank you, and namaste.